You're now watching Creators on the Come Up, hosted by yours truly, Alicia Way.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Alicia Way. Just want to check my levels. Okay, I got levels going in the Ecamm. Everything looking good. All right, cool. I had a really crazy week. We just had somewhat of a tropical storm yesterday. Tropical storm Elsa just kind of came through, knocked our power out just for a little bit. Not too bad. But no matter what, we're still here. We're live. Man, I'm always excited to be back on the show. So super excited, man. Welcome to Content Ecosystem. On this channel, we talk about content creation, monetization, and collaboration. As of late, I have a series called Creators on the Come Up where I bring on some of my favorite content creators that I'm personally a fan of, that I learn from, and I bring them on the show to just give value to my audience because I know they give so much value to me. So today is no different. And yeah, man, so I'm super excited to have this show. We have Professor Nez on. If you don't know who he is, you will know who he is very soon. But we're going to jump into the comments and kind of welcome you guys in. You already know what I like to say, man. Let's go.
We live. Creators on the Come Up.
Cool. All right, man. So looks like I'm having some issues. I don't say people are saying they can't see the stream. All right, let's see. Is the stream loading for everyone else? All right, I just see a spinning wheel. Let me look at my restream. It looks like restream has it up. So yeah, it looks like I'm going live to YouTube, Facebook, and Facebook. LinkedIn, I could be going live there, but I forgot to set that destination. So man, if you can see this, then please, go ahead and say what's up in the comments. So yeah, I think we're all set though, but let's go ahead and give some shout outs here. We have Mr. Camera Junkie in the building. I see you. Thanks for coming through. Who else we have? We have Kevin Cox. What's up? Thanks for coming through. Sammy Superstar. Of course, we have the man himself. Don't you just love when your guests jump in the comments as well? Man, that's got to be super dope, man. So I appreciate it, man. We have Solid Rock Consulting. That's my little sister loading for me too, man. So, all right. Well, let me know if it's good now. Hopefully it's good now. We have Jasmine Lachey in the building. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, she's kind of new to the channel. So shout out. Thanks for the support. I'm going to be helping her out with some stuff, man. So it looks like, all right, I can see now. All right, cool. Well, hey, that's how it is when you're live. When you're live, that's one of the things you kind of just have to get over. Things happen when you're live. So I like to tell people, don't worry about it. It's live. You can actually go back after the live. You can trim all this stuff out, make it more palatable for your audience. But when you're live, man. So that's just a treat that your live guests get. They get all this stuff, man. So I thank y'all for rocking with me, man. But, without further ado, we have a super dope guest on the stream, Professor Nez. Super passionate dude. I just kind of fell in love with his heart for content creation and just giving back to the community of the content creators. I kind of bumped into him through I believe Clubhouse, but I may have been following each other before then. I'm not really sure. The Clubhouse thing just kind of it's a blur. The Clubhouse thing was a blur because you met so many people in such a quick time. So it was a little bit of a blur there. But hey, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get him on the screen. Welcome to Creators on the Come Up, man. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Professor Nez? How you doing?
Man, Alicia, I gotta say, man, this is a real treat to be here, man. It's great to see you. I know you're in Orlando right now. I hope everything is all good. Look at this. A true pro. He don't care about hurricanes. He don't care about thunderstorms. He doesn't care if the heavens fall. He's ready to go live. That's my kind of cat.
Hey,
I love it.
We live, man. See, I like your energy. So you're going to match my energy on this show, man. So I'm loving it already, man. So let me just jump in here real quick. It says usually it's Facebook, now it's YouTube. So I guess maybe one of the outlets are having some lag. I'm not sure. How am I looking on your end, Professor?
We disrupted the whole system. You see that? You bring Nez on, look what happens.
So yeah, I'm looking at the restream. The feed is still good on there. We look good. So hopefully everything is good, man.
I can see it on YouTube now. I can see it. It was kind of lagging a little bit, but you said it perfectly, Alicio. This is how it is when you go live. Anything can happen.
Yeah. So yeah, well, it is what it is. Well, hey, we're good now, so we're just gonna kind of get the show rolling, man. So first and foremost, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. It was kind of a last minute thing because I usually keep my guests booked out pretty far, but I'm gonna be in Miami next week, so I don't even have a show next week. So anybody who's like faithfully watched the show, I won't be doing the show next week because I'll actually be in Miami producing some content for a client. So that's the goal, right? To get to the point where you're making a living off of producing content. So a lot of times I tell people when they think of full-time content creator, that don't necessarily mean you have to be full-time content creator for yourself, right? You can still make 6 figures just being a full-time content creator for other businesses, right? So I think if you can't do that for yourself out the gate, you can have a shoe in by using your skills to still produce content for businesses out here. I know you have a whole lot to say about that, so I'm gonna let you get on that. But first, I just want to kind of get into how I met you. Was it Facebook or was it Clubhouse? Do you remember when we first kind of came into contact with each other? Because it's a blur for me. Because once I meet dope people, I just
think the universe. I think the universe was like, "Hey, Nez, you and Alicio, you need to hook up," and it happened.
Hey, that's all that matters, right?
All seriousness, man. I can't tell you, man. I'm giddy as a kid because let me tell you guys, everybody watching and listening right now, my man Alicio is somebody who brings what I like to call the humanness to this digitalness.
Hey.
A lot of people, they think that they have to be somebody or they got to act like this person, or we all fall into the trap of the comparison game.
Wow.
And we feel that we need to put on some kind of facade or some kind of, persona, when the truth of the matter is, what you really got to be is you just got to be capital R real. And that's what Alicio does in spades. And so we did meet. Actually, I think we were already connected on Facebook because you know how the content creation world is. Everybody knows everybody. Who's anybody?
Yeah.
And so, but I do remember really connecting even more. Like I see Lewis in the house. Lewis is Mr. Camera Junkie.
Yeah.
A lot of great people in the chat. Some of these people I met on Clubhouse, and yeah, man, this is what's so beautiful about this creator economy. There's just so much opportunity out there. There's so many ways for you to connect with real people. I mean, I'm telling you right now, Alicio, I think I've connected with people I would call diehard friends.
Wow.
On the online space,
wow,
way more than I ever have, maybe even in real life. I'm not even kidding you.
Wow.
And when I meet up with these cats at like a conference or something like that,
it's going to be crazy.
It just brings it all home. You know what I mean? So, I've been known to say this before, Alicio, all these documentaries you guys keep seeing, or, like Netflix has this thing, the social this and social media is killing us and this or that. It's just a tool, y'all. It's how you wield that tool.
Wow.
And so it's not the tool, it's the user. And I believe that these tools, if used correctly, are going to... Oh, did I just drop some gems?
Yeah, man. You just dropped the gems.
Oh, man, I got to come on this show more often. This is good for my ego.
Oh, that's funny. Shout out to my little sister.
She
gave me that idea,
I love it.
Man. Yeah, Solid Rock Consulting. She gave me that idea to drop some gems. So I stole it from her.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I produced her show. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'll stop my thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just end this thought real quickly. Everybody that, anybody that you want to connect with, anybody that you want to build some kind of rapport with, some kind of relationship, whether you're looking to just build an audience, whether you're looking to build a business or what have you, it can all be done now. There's no barriers to entry.
Wow.
There's no limit to your imagination and your creativity, except for what's in this dude right here. And so it's just you. It's just you now. It's nobody else. And so, Alicio, I just want to say thank you so much for having me, man. It's a real treat to be here.
Man. Hey, thank you for coming on. Thank you for accepting. Like I said, I know it's kind of last minute, but I just love the way you.
I love spontaneity, man. I love that.
I just love the way you talk. You talk so passionate. I could tell that you're super, super passionate about that. So we're kind of going to get into a little bit of that about you, like your story and whatnot. But for anyone who doesn't, because I can see us getting ahead of ourselves, way ahead of ourselves already. So before we do that, if anybody who doesn't know who you are, I'm pretty sure I'm definitely, something is definitely wrong with the stream, because I usually at least have like 15 to 20 people watching, but it's like literally only like 1-2 people watching right now. So I don't know what happened. Maybe I did something funky with the restream. Maybe I did something that kind of offset it. I don't know, but the replay will be up and we'll figure that out on the back end. So we just got to keep plowing through, man. So really quick.
Hey, I know what we could do. You could just have me come back on. We'll do it again.
No, we're gonna well, I'm gonna do that too as well. But we're also gonna repurpose this content. Like, people are gonna get to hear these gems that you're dropping tonight, man. So so just really quick, for someone who may not know who you are, please give us a introduction to Professor Nez.
Thank you so much, Alicio. Yeah, my name is Professor Nez. All my friends call me Nez. I'm really a content creator at my core. I run an online business with my wife, a client services business where we help executives, professionals, content creators, and business owners brand themselves online. I've been in the online ecosystem for a very, very long time, practically back in the AOL days, MySpace days.
Wow.
I know I'm dating myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I used to work for AOL, so I guess I'm dating myself too. I used to work for
There we go. Okay, I'm in good company. And so I can honestly say to your audience and everybody who doesn't know who I am, that content creation, because that's really the premise of this. I love this show format. I love the thesis of this show. Has been the engine for everything content has changed my life.
Wow.
Being able to create, especially video content. I come from a live streaming. I'm an early adopter of LinkedIn Live, Periscope, YouTube Live, Facebook Live.
Wow.
One of my very first guests on one of the first Facebook Live shows was Roberto Blake, which I know you all know.
Wow.
And so I go way back, and I love it. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. Not because, it's great. The money is great, and you can really create wonderful revenue streams, in this creator economy, but because you can really create the most impact. Wow. And so what I'm really all about is I'm here to share. I'm here to hopefully inspire you with all my content to grow your impact and your income online, because there's so many ways to do it. This is the most beautiful time to be alive. And if you're somebody who doesn't like what you're doing, if you're somebody who feels a lack of purpose, a lack of fulfillment, and you're thinking to yourself, what is all this thing about live streaming and content creation and personal branding? What is all this mumbo jumbo? I'm here to tell you, I'm living proof. You can earn a sustainable income. Forget all those millionaire, fantasy coconut and yachts Instagram cats.
Wow.
I'm saying you could earn logistically, you could earn an extra $3,000 a month, like today. You could start doing this today. And I know Alicio knows this, and I know most of you guys are very smart. And so I'm just so happy to be here. And I'm here to share anything I can in my years and years of creating content, creating value, hopefully, and building multiple revenue streams and businesses. Right. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. I truly believe, Alicio, that this is a privilege. We're so lucky.
Yeah.
I was alive, by the way. I'm old enough. I was alive before this thing called the internet, before these things called iPhones. And so I remember how hard it was. I first started in my mother's business. It was a leather shoe and handbag business when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
Then I became a professor. I got tired of that, and I kind of became a professor. And boy, was that the wrong, that was a big mistake, because professors don't get paid jack, and education's got a lot of problems. But, I'm telling you right now, Alicio, there's just so many opportunities right now. If you have the will, if you've got something that you think somebody ought to be hearing, something deep inside you that you're like, you know what? I know I can help people. I know I can solve people's problems.
Wow.
The only thing stopping you is your own imagination. Man. Nothing else.
Nothing else. Man, we're going to have to drop some bombs on that, man, because I already could tell that I can just let you go tonight. I'll be just, hey, I can just
hey, Alicio, you take a nap. I'll take over. No, I'm kidding.
Just give you the question, and I'll sip some water over here, man. I love that, man. So cool, man. Well, you said so much, I kind of want to unpack, but so
please, let's do it. Let's do it.
So So you said the professor thing was a big mistake, but is that kind of how you got your name though? I mean, it couldn't have been that much of a mistake.
Okay, this is a great question. So everybody, a couple people asked me this recently. I had Viper. I know you guys probably know who Viper is.
Viper, yeah.
A man about tech, right? He's just a legend on Clubhouse. And I had Viper on my live stream. And by the way, Alicio's going to be on there too. Everybody listening and watching, I'm going to have Alicio on the show too.
Mama,
because
you've got to
drop.
You got to say it when my mama come in here. Mama, come in.
Hey, Mom. Alicio's coming to the show. And I want you to be there too. Okay, Mom? Stay tuned.
Go ahead.
But, everybody asked me this. They're like, Nez, are you an actual, I hear you're called Professor Nez. What's the deal? Like, are you an actual professor or what? You know what? I am. And not only was I teaching like tons of classes, back in the day, I'm obviously reduced that to, I only teach like 1 or 2 classes a semester now. I used to teach like 10 plus classes because like I said, they don't pay professors jack.
Yeah.
And they take advantage of adjunct professors.
Wow.
And so where I got my name, Alicio, it's interesting that you say that. So my name came from my students. So my real last name is Nezafati, and my first name is Peter. And nobody calls me Peter except for my dad. All my friends call me Nez.
Yeah.
But like one of my students just said, "Yo, Professor Nez." This was like 15 years ago, and it just stuck.
Hey.
And I like the way it sounds. I like it has a nice ring to it. And plus, when I first got into the content creation space 10 years ago, 20 years ago, my thought was, I'll take all the knowledge and all the expertise of teaching business and marketing. I've taught at Chapman University. I've taught at Cal State Fullerton.
Wow.
I've taught at Laverne University. I've taught at a lot of different universities, UCI.
Wow.
And so I thought, you know what, that'd be a great name because it would give me credibility.
Yeah.
But also, I just like the way it sounds. It has a nice ring to it, Professor Nez.
Yeah.
And so that's how that name came about. Yeah, I taught, not only was I a professor, I was what they called a freeway flyer. And a freeway flyer was somebody who gets paid so little by each university that I had to teach at multiple universities, teaching multiple classes. I mean, I would do 2 classes in the morning, 6 to 9, drive across the freeway to another university, teach 2 classes, and then drive all the way back to take another freeway, take the I-5 north. And then, they called us freeway flyers because we got paid so little that to earn a living. Look, I'm married. I got kids. I got a wife. I got a mortgage.
Yeah.
I had to teach like multiple classes.
Man.
Anybody who's out there who's an adjunct professor knows exactly what I'm talking about. They treat us like squadouche.
Wow.
And so that's where I kind of got my name and my brand because I just felt like that had such a nice ring to it. And it sounds a lot better than, Peter Nezafati. I just thought, Professor
I don't know.
Nez.
Nezafati. I don't know, man. That sounds like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to find
Okay, I'm changing it tonight. I'm changing it back.
Nah, that's what's up. But Professor Nez does sound like you're finna bust out and bust a freestyle out at any minute. You know what I'm saying? Professor Nez. That's what's up, man. And
then here's the thing. Let me add to this, if I may, Alicio. Yeah. And then after I started getting, really, really irritable, like I think most people do, because I was being taken advantage of. And a lot of people don't know this, but I was an irritable dude, 15, 20 years ago, where I would, get frustrated, get stressed out. I'm a very happy dude now, and I've always been a happy and positive dude, but it was getting to my inside.
Wow.
It was getting to my inside. And then this beautiful thing called social media, this beautiful thing called the iPhone, and all these different easy ways to create content came along.
Man.
And I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me if I create a brand and if I'm able to do what I do in the classroom where students get a lot of value, and if I bring that to the online space, you know why I started my YouTube channel, Alicio?
Go ahead. Yeah, that's a good.
So my main channel, I have a couple of channels.
I can just let you go, man. This is awesome. Go ahead, brother.
This will be the last thing because I don't want to take over.
No, go ahead.
But here's what I think this is going to be inspiring to your audience.
Okay.
Because it's important. I know you know this, Alicio. It's important that you have a mission, y'all.
Wow.
I had a student come up to me in 2015, Alicio, and he said, her name was Angela. She said, Professor Nez, I have a question for you. I said, what's up, Angela? She said, Professor Nez, I just paid $100,000 for a piece of paper, AKA a degree, and nobody will hire me. And this is why I'm so pissed off at the educational system, especially in America, because I know how underserved these students are.
Wow.
And so that was my inspiration, Alicio. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to give it all away for free.
Wow.
I'm going to give it all away for free. And I didn't know what I was doing back in 2015, 2016. I went live on Periscope. I went live on Facebook. I went live on YouTube. And I started building. I started learning. I was failing over and over and over again. I mean, look at this. It's almost 8-10 years later, and I'm still failing, but I've got much more successes because I put in the time. I earned my stripes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that was my mission. My mission was, I'm sick and tired of these universities taking advantage of these young people. I'm going to give it all away for free. And so now I teach business, branding, communication, mindset, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to build your impact and income online, I'm your dude. And so is Alicio.
Hey, we out here. We out here. So one thing I do want to kind of touch on, going back to how the education system, I know a lot of talented, gifted teachers, professors that have since in the last few years come out of the educational system because of exactly what you said about being underpaid, appreciated. And it's like, man, like they're really dope teachers that our students could really, really use. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is totally unrelated, but Tom Buck, he just went full time as a content creator, and I know for a fact he's a super dope teacher that probably the kids would love to have. He's super cool, and all that. And it's like it's like a catch-22. I love to see teachers and professors coming out of the education system to of course follow their heart, follow their dreams. Like that's the goal, that's the end goal. But it's like I hate to see all the dope teachers leave out, because now who's going to inspire these children? You know what I'm saying? Of course you could do it on YouTube, but it's like it's a little bit different than being like in touch with them, like right boots on the ground with these children. So this is like, what is your thoughts on that? Like, is there a way to kind of like maybe bridge the gap of the educational system and what is lacking, or is it just needed a complete overhaul, or like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's such a good question, man. I remember, when I was a freeway flyer, driving from this campus to that campus just to try to make ends meet, I was listening to podcasts, and I was listening to some of the best minds, better than all my colleagues at the marketing business school. They were talking about real businesses in real time in the digital era, starting digital agencies, starting new startups and companies, and everything revolving around their passion and, helping people and serving people. You know what? Honestly, Alicio, I think that education needs an entire overhaul.
Yeah.
I think it needs from the ground up. I think we need to demolish it from the ground up and start all over.
Wow.
Because they need to serve their students. It's too much about profit. Some professors, you're right too. There's a lot of great inspirers out there. There's a lot of great inspiring professors out there who feel what I'm talking about. But the problem is there's so many administrative bureaucratic loopholes that it makes it difficult for really creative, innovative professors, because we got to follow curriculum guidelines and student outcomes and all this BS, SLOs that don't have any bearing to the real world.
It's not really serving. It's not serving.
It's not serving anybody. As a matter of fact, it's underserving them. They're learning things like here's an example. My kid, really quickly, and then we can move on to other stuff, Alicia. I don't want to monopolize your time with this.
No, man. Go ahead.
But this is so good what you said, because literally when my kids were doing Google Classroom just a few months ago, I could overhear the teacher, right? Because they're all on Zoom, they're all on Google Meet. I could overhear the teacher, and the teacher would say, and the teacher would say, "Hey, it was the same stuff I was taught when I was a kid. Hey, if you're a lamb and you get sent to the forest and there's 4 wolves on a train, and then you hitchhike to, Poughkeepsie," it's like, what? What does this have to do with real learning? And so I was talking to my wife, and I was like, man, could you imagine how much real world learning these students would get if they actually created a project for these kids? Every one of these kids has to start a YouTube channel from scratch.
Yeah. Oh my.
Check it out. They would learn marketing, sales, communication, online branding, persuasive copywriting.
Yeah.
They would learn all the skills, financials, investing, building a business. They would learn all the real skills that would actually have value, and they'd have fun doing it.
Wow.
Because you ask any kid nowadays, do they want to be Tom Brady? No, they want to be YouTubers.
Wow, that's interesting that you say that, and it brings to mind even my younger brother. He was a professor, hyped to be a professor. Well, on a high school level, but he started a barbecue business this year, and now he left teaching to be a barbecue. Start his barbecue business, which is wildly successful, is doing good. But it's like, bro, like man, like all those students, what I'm saying? I know they're gonna miss Coach Diesel, but I love what you just said because it reminds me of something that the Alibaba. What's the dude that owns Alibaba? I forget his name. Jack or something.
I forget his name. Yeah, but I know who you're talking about.
He was saying exactly what you said. He said his children, they don't like do traditional schooling per se. He's like, he gives them actual real life things to learn. So as they're growing up, they're actually learning the business or learning things that can be applicable to real life, to their success. So I love what you said about give a child a project to start their YouTube channel and scale it, because man, the skills that they have to learn to do that alone is so many transferable skills from that to real life. You know what I'm saying? That it's ridiculous.
And on top of that too, Alicio, standardized testing don't mean nothing, man.
Yeah.
Standardized testing and giving these kids all these stupid tests that all they really do is try to make them better at memorizing stuff that, like, here's a trip. Everybody in the chat might think I'm crazy. Alicio, you might think I am kind of crazy.
Well, speaking of the chat, we have Doc Rock in the building. He said Jack Ma. That's his name.
That's right, Jack Ma. Doc Rock in the house. Good to see you, Doc. So here's the deal. I don't think you should be teaching these kids anything they can have Siri or Google do for them. For example, why are they learning times tables? There's no point in learning times tables now.
Wow.
I mean, Siri, and if you go to your iPhone, you can do 15 times 48 or whatever.
Time out though. Back up. We got to back up. I think I know I love what you just said. Hold on. And
Did I just cause some controversy? Is this some controversy?
No. Shout out to Chris Wood, because I can actually use this now with my mind blown, because I think that's a mind blown moment. So don't teach these kids anything that they can actually Google. Wow. Elaborate on that.
What's the point?
That's an interesting concept. Elaborate on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what all this standardized testing, you're going to laugh at this, Alicio, but every time I started a new class, the first thing that I would say when I walked into that class, Alicio, and I'm not saying this to sound cool, I would literally say this every single time. I would say, I want each and every one of you to think that I'm completely full of boop, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now, why would I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want them to think for themselves. I want them to verify in the real world. It can't be something that you use 10 years from now. It has to be something they can use today. And so I want them to verify. What is the point of knowing your audience? Why should I be a better communicator? Why does it matter having a service mindset? All those things, they need to verify that, because when they verify it, then it becomes real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the stuff that they're teaching these kids, standardized testing, pass the SAT, it's all bubkus. It's bubkus. It don't mean jack.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, that's funny. I remember I was talking to one of my homegirls, and she was so proud that her daughter was like maybe 6 or 7, had memorized all the presidents of the United States, like from the first to the now. And I was like, oh, that's cool, But I thought to myself, man, you put that much energy and time into teaching her. How does she apply? I mean, I know it helped maybe with motor skills of your memory, but man, wouldn't it have been better to teach her, like, I don't know, like graphics or something, graphic design, like these kids?
Exactly.
I
mean, knowledge for knowledge's sake don't do nothing. I mean, you have to have knowledge that you can apply.
Wow. Knowledge for knowledge's sake. Wow.
It just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, people, you want to sound smart at a cocktail party? Okay, cool. You're probably just going to come across as narcissistic. Like, knowledge that you can actually apply to your real life was really, I mean, I'll tell you honestly, Alicio, I got fired at a lot of universities. A lot of universities were like, Nez, you can't be teaching these kids this stuff. You can't go away from our syllabus and our curriculum. And you know what it's like when you're an entrepreneur, you get fired from everywhere. It don't matter. I think, to answer your question, you asked a very specific question.
Yeah.
I think that education, the University of YouTube and the University of Google,
Man.
in my opinion, is much better than any university you can go to out there. I mean that seriously.
And you heard it here first. Nah, probably
And
not
I'm a
first.
professor saying this.
So man, we kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but it was a good rabbit hole. I definitely want to have you back on because I'm getting ready to do a panel with Tom Buck and Henny the Business and a few other professors, because these are actually teachers, professors, and I think I want to have you on that panel because I know you can add value to that. And it's basically about the future of education, and teachers in tech, and the future of education is the name of that. So I'll keep you posted with that. But kind of,
I'd love to. It'd be my honor.
I know you're gonna wreck the place on that one. So. Just not real quick, but for the remainder of the time, because we kind of got a little bit away, because I know you have some super valuable insight as it relates to, because one thing I love about your grind on YouTube, people would look, and you can't even say that. You can't say, well, you don't look like a typical YouTuber, because what does a typical YouTuber look like? What is it? What's his vibe? Like, that's anybody right now. But I mean, let's be real. If you were like in the store somewhere and somebody said, hey man, you look cool, what do you do? And you say, hey, I'm a YouTuber. They'd probably be like, you're a what? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So what I love about that is like, you just like probably against all odds, like we all are, you're literally like kicking the YouTube doors in right now, like with being persistent in your content and being strategic and being in planning and things like that. So I really want to kind of dive into your mindset and your process on how you approach YouTube and how you've been able to just grow wildly and scale your channel, and just kind of a little bit of your mindset around that, your YouTube process.
Oh man, this is so good. And I hope this brings a ton of value to everybody listening. Thank you, Alicio, for anchoring me, because sometimes I can go all over the place.
Me too, brother.
As we can see. So I love this. Guys, listen to me very carefully. I have been all over the place. I have built my business and brand on LinkedIn since 2006. I have had a Facebook business page, early adopter, Facebook Live. I have been on Instagram, early adopter, Twitter. I mean, let me tell you something. I've done it all, and there's nothing more worth it than YouTube. YouTube has done so much more for my brand and my business. And thankfully, I'm very lucky because, I have all these different things that I've done, but at my core, if somebody said, what do you do? I would say I'm a content creator, because I love creating content, especially video content. Video content is really my specialty. And I'm telling you right now, I've done it all, guys. I've been a paper boy. I've been a professor. I've been, I helped my mother with her leather shoe business. I've been, a telemarketer. Telemarketer. I've been everything. There's nothing that has been harder than YouTube. So let me say this, I want to clarify this because I want everybody to have the right mindset. I started YouTube, I had a family channel 10 years ago, back in 2011, 2012. Then I started my main channel in 2016, and I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue. It took me 5-6 years of really consistently diving deep, failing, making crappy video after crappy video, understanding, wearing the clothes. You got to wear the clothes of YouTube. You got to break it in to really finally come to a point. And I'm not, when I say finally, you're always learning. There's never an end to your learning.
Yeah.
I finally feel a little more comfortable, at the very least, understanding how the art and science of YouTube works and how to really leverage this amazing platform. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you understand that YouTube is a business and YouTube wants to really surface the right video to the right viewer at the right time to maximize viewer satisfaction, if you understand what they want as a business so they can put more ads in front of those people, then you need to be very clear to YouTube and say, hey, YouTube, my channel is just a cooking channel. Hey, YouTube, my channel is just a plumbing channel. Hey, YouTube, my channel is just a knitting channel, or whatever. The more clear you are on that and you really focus down on that, then YouTube goes, wait a minute, we know a lot of people who like cooking stuff. Hey, we know a lot of people who need help with their carpentry or need a lot of help with their automotive issues. And look at that. This dude or this dudette has an amazing channel all about that. If you want to really grow on YouTube, This took me 10, 15 years to learn this. You got to hunker down. You got to be very clear and specific, and you got to be consistent as F. And nobody talks about this, Alicio. Everybody says, yeah, find your passion, do what you love, and all that hokey mokey bokey. Let me tell you something. You have to be consistent. You got to work till your eyes bleed. I'm dead serious. In 2020, my main channel went from 2,000 subscribers at the end of 2019 to the beginning of 2021. I hit 10K. Now I'm almost at 12K. And it's not even about subscribers. It's about views and watch time. And so here's my message to y'all. If you want to crush it on YouTube, it's so possible because now YouTube just sends me people. YouTube just sends me money. It's beautiful. Royalty income. I've got a brand new channel I started that's so super niche. I mean, I don't even share it with anybody because I don't have to. Here's the beautiful thing about YouTube. If you're the right audience, YouTube will surface that video to you. And let me tell you something. I just monetized it. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to inspire you. I just monetized this channel 16 days ago. It's already made $1,000 in 16 days. And that's just on ad revenue. You got to think other things too, but that's just on ad revenue.
I want to know the channel. You can't share it? It's like top secret or something?
You know what? I'll share it to you. I'll share it to you privately.
Okay, cool. You know what's crazy though? I love that you said that because I was talking with my wife. I'm like, I want to start some private channels, right? Because I have friends, right, that do YouTube and they have like these channels that are like just voiceover channels or info channels or top 10 channels or whatever. They never show their face. It's just all voiceover. It's like these versus videos, this product versus this video, and they kill it. And it's just like they just get up and do their video for the day. And it's like, I'm like, I think I want to start a channel like that. Nobody knows it's me behind the scenes. I'm just running it and getting paid. So 2 things real quick though that I want to jump down on.
Please.
2 things. All right.
Listen to what Doc said too. Doc says same stats. Doc knows exactly what I'm talking about. Doc, you know.
Saying, listen to him almost as, because he just, you guys are right.
Congratulations, Doc.
Doc has been, I literally witnessed Doc go from like 4,000 subscribers to like 10,000, like since I know him.
And here's, before you ask your question, Aliso, just really quickly.
Go ahead.
Everybody listening, please listen to this. It's not about subscribers. It's not about subscribers. This new channel that's already generated $1,000 of royalty income, passive income.
Wow.
This channel only has 1,500 subs. Now I say only, I'm grateful for the 1,500 subs, but it's not about subs. It's about views and watch time. And check this out, y'all. I've got over 110,000 views in the last 28 days on this new channel.
Wow.
And guys, I'm not special, y'all. There's nothing special about Nez. You can do this too. You just got to know the art and science of these platforms, know what they want from you and deliver that consistently. And I promise you, if you don't give up, because the biggest thing, you know this, Alicio, the biggest reason most people fail is because they quit too early.
Wow.
Don't quit too early.
That's good. So the first thing I want to say is I had the Onyx family on my channel and they have like 6 million. Have you ever heard of them? They're like 6 million subscribers.
I have.
And the wife, she's the mastermind behind the channel. She explained kind of what you're saying, but the way she explained it, for some reason, it just hit home to me so much better. And cause she goes to YouTube, she goes to the office and all that stuff. She talks to them. And she said, Alicio, it's like this when it comes to your videos. She said, each video that you put on the platform, YouTube takes it and put it in like a file cabinet. It's a file. They file it, right? And they label it. This video is for this. It's in the file. It's labeled, right? She said many times you do that, where you go into the same file that's labeled the same thing with YouTube, they put it in the same file, the faster they'll serve it to people who looking for that file. But she said the tricky thing is, she said that we had to learn is when we first started, we were putting videos on YouTube. It was going into this file. It was going to this file. It was going to this file. So we were in like tons of different files, and YouTube really didn't know who to service our videos to. So that's where I was like, when she kind of said it like that, I'm like, yo, the light bulb went off. Like, try to get your videos like in the same file, whatever that niche, that's a niche, whatever that is, like in the same, file.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was gangster.
No. And actually, you know what? That's the hard part, because you're like me, Alicio, and I know Doc feels this. I know I see Kelly Vivid Life. I see a lot of great people in the chat. Chris is in the house. Chris Giles, Lewis. Here's the deal. We are all multifaceted dudes and dudettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to do so much. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to just do this. I want to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
just do that.
Yeah.
I want to do this. I'm telling you right now, I was the same way. I was doing like mindset. I was doing life
that was my next
inspirational.
question.
I was
It's
doing
funny. It's funny that you're saying that because that's my next question. But go ahead. I'm gonna go into that.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you right now, like I get it. Like that's the creator's dilemma. And if it's okay with Alicio, I'm gonna drop a bomb on y'all about what I think about Facebook and Instagram after this.
All right.
But here's the deal.
I'm gonna stop the music. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It's all you.
You're gonna love that. You're gonna love that.
Bomb incoming, y'all.
I still think YouTube is the greatest platform on planet Earth. It's the miracle of all miracles because if you do it right, it'll do all the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
If you create content that is super niche, whatever you want to call it, and it's super focused, and you understand exactly what your audience. It's all about audiences. Don't worry about gaming the system, the algorithm. The algorithm is nothing more than just a vehicle for the viewer's behavior. So they're after the viewer. If you make it all about the viewer, you're going to win. So focus, make it about the viewer, and do it consistently. Here's another thing, Alicio, really quickly, and I know a lot of you guys will relate to this. I went from publishing 4 videos a week, okay? 4 videos a month, okay, in 2019. In 2020, I did 25 to 22 videos a month. So, and by the way, some of you guys might be thinking, Nez, come on, man, relax, bro. You can't do that. Well, guess what? I believe that was a big reason for my success.
Wow.
And the big reason why YouTube said, man, this guy's cooking. He's creating content. He's creating 3-4 videos a week. I think that is a must. Nobody talks about that. Everybody says, follow your dreams, be passionate, be authentic, all this woo-woo language. I'm here to tell you this. You need to work your butt off and you need to be consistent.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to drop that bomb whenever you're ready, Alicia.
Man, well, hey, bomb incoming. Go ahead.
I love you, Alicio. I love you, man. Everybody give this dude some fire emojis in the chat.
Let's go.
Alicio needs some fire emojis in the chat. There you go.
Well, that's the wrong one. I'll play this one.
We love
I love it. I love it. That's it, man.
Right,
give this guy some fire emojis in the chat.
Let's go with the bomb. I'm ready.
I love it. Okay, so here's the bomb. This is just my prediction now. You guys, if you're a Facebook creator, if you're somebody who's creating on Instagram, maybe you're a TikTok creator, what have you, maybe you're like, you know what, Nez, YouTube just isn't my jam, right? Maybe YouTube's just not my jam. I believe the greatest thing to happen to creators, okay, besides the invention of YouTube and all these other amazing platforms, I think the greatest opportunity for creators right now is what Apple did to Facebook. Y'all know what Apple did to Facebook? Let me know in the chat if you know what Apple did to Facebook, because what Apple did to Facebook, I think, is going to open up massive doors for us creators. Because if you think about this, Alicio, do you know what I'm talking about?
The only thing I know that Apple, and I'm sure there's a few things, but that I know that impacted me because I run Facebook ads and they did the whole consumer thing with like the Facebook ads, which like the privacy thing, which messed up like my ad accounts and had me like losing money and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but
yeah. So I think it was version 14.6, iOS 14.6. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But basically, yep, Jasmine just said it. They gave people the option to opt out of being tracked by these apps, including Facebook.
That's it.
Facebook was scared of this, and this just came out. Facebook was scared of this for years and months because they knew Apple was going to do this. And Tim Cook hates Zuckerberg. Let's just be honest. He doesn't like him. And they don't like each other. And so why would Apple do this? Well, they're claiming because we want to be transparent. BS. They want to stick it to Facebook. Because, guys, listen to this. This is really important. Facebook makes all their money, 99% of their revenue, on advertising. That's where their billion trillion dollar system is all advertising. You heard Alicio. I run Facebook ads too. Now that iOS has released this, 14.5, thank you, Doc, this new version that basically says, hey, you don't want Facebook to track you? Click this button. That's going to make it harder for Facebook to place ads where they make all their money on the, selling advertisers because they're not able to track, right, and target people like they used to, right, Alicio?
That's right. And it's like
Now, Facebook's going to have to come up with another way. Facebook's going to have to come up with another way to get those ads in front of people. And guess where you come in, content creators?
yeah.
If you create native video content, I would say video more than anything. If you create native video content on Facebook, like Alicio's doing right now, live streaming, I'm telling you right now, I think that Facebook is going to return to that organic reach. You know why? Because they know that the YouTube model works. The YouTube model works. If they find good creators and give them organic reach, aka recommendations, that allows them to put ads on those videos, and their whole system there's no bottleneck in their system.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, this is my prediction. I think organic reach on Facebook is going to go back to 2012. I really feel that way.
Man.
And you heard it here first.
That would be nice, bro, because the organic reach on Facebook was dope. It was super dope.
It was so good.
And it just went away. And I'm like, hold on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it though. Just work hard to circumvent that. So like, how are you offsetting that or circumventing that? Are you now formalizing a plan specifically for Facebook content, or like what is your goal now?
I'm planning on going heavy on Facebook.
Wow.
And not just repurposing, even though I love repurposing. You have to kind of, go in your timeline. You can use the same videos you upload to YouTube, but what I'm saying is it has to be a native upload. It has to be a native upload because, if you even mention YouTube on Facebook, if you share a link to a YouTube video on Facebook, it will die a faster death than a tadpole in a lava pond. I'm telling you right now. I don't even know where that analogy came from.
I was thinking a tadpole and
only on Alicio's show.
That's
but
lit,
I'm telling you right now, I'm going heavy. I'm going heavy on uploading native videos on Facebook, and I think you should too, because Facebook needs to find a way to get over this Apple hump that Apple just threw a big barrier, a big wall. To their reach of their customers, because guess what? If I can't target people, because that tracking thing is really important.
Yeah.
If I can't target people as a business, well, why would I put ads on Facebook? I'm going to put ads on YouTube. I'm going to put ads on LinkedIn or Twitter or Snapchat, or even better, Google search.
Wow.
Why would I put ads on Facebook if I can't target the people that I want to target? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. So I'm really interested to see how that plays out. I already know like the marketing companies and stuff have already kind of switched up what they're doing and whatnot. So I haven't heard too much complaining, but it's kind of like social media. These platforms are ever changing. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a chameleon. You have to, as they change, you change. And it's not nothing necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing, because wherever there's like a change, there's opportunity, right? So like there's opportunity, and whoever jumps on the change quick enough, right on the cusp of the change, they're the ones who really benefit from the opportunity that's coming that way. So, man, I love that, man. It's already 9:53, bro. Like we got 7 minutes, man. That's crazy. Where did the time go? So what is next for Professor Nez? Like, what do you have going on? Like, what can we expect from you? Just keep going hard in the pain, or what you got?
Time flies when you're having fun with Alicio Way, right, guys? Are you guys throwing some serious love and liking everything? Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this out, because Alicio deserves it.
Oh, you're too
Alicio,
kind, man.
I want to just follow in your footsteps. That's what I want to do. I just want to be a down-to-earth content creator who's trying to bring unbelievable value to their audience, because you do that on a day-to-day basis, man.
I appreciate it.
And so, it's funny because I you hear all these New Year's resolutions, etc., right? I mean, my game has stayed the same for decades, which is it's not about me, it's about them.
Wow.
It's not about me.
Yeah.
Like when somebody clicks on my video, they could give a rat's butt or rat's behind about me. They're there because they need a problem solved.
Yeah.
And everybody listening, everybody watching, I'm telling you right now, if you shift your mindset and take yourself out of the equation with your content and make literally every second all about them, you're going to see massive growth. I promise you. So I'm just going to keep doing